Hi guys, welcome back to the J&J channel. It's all about gardening again, so let's get started, guys. Alrighty, so we're here in my kitchen. I want to show you guys what me and my husband have planted so far, because what's outside is not enough for the tomatoes and everything. We want more vegetables. So check out what we did. We got your standard planting tray that you get from the store, and they have these little pod things that you just add water to and then they blow up. They get nice and poofy, and they got all the soil in them already. So we already got some cucumbers coming in. Those are the real long ones there on the front. And then we got some eggplant behind that, some jalapenos, and then all the way in the back we have all those, our tomato plants coming in. So once these all get to a decent size, we'll be transplanting them outside. These cucumbers are just about perfect for the right size for us to transplant them outside in our veggie pod, which I'm going to go out there and show you that now. So I'm going to gently put the lid back on because these things are getting way too tall. And that was like, what, less than a week's time that those things brought up. So cucumbers grow really, really fast if you give them the right environment.
Yeah, because these, it's actually exactly 1 week since we planted them.
Right, is it 1 week? Yeah,
and
1 week.
This is only day number 2.
And these are the cauliflower, correct? Right?
This is
oh, you wrote it back there. I forgot
broccoli,
you put them there.
lettuce, and sweet yellow peppers.
Nice, but it's amazing how fast things grow because we're May 1st right now, so perfect time to get everything, and it's like 80 degrees outside already.
And my cauliflower, I can't plant until November.
Yeah.
September, November is when I plant my broccoli.
Yes, always remember to look in the back of those things. That'll help give you guidance on the correct time.
On which zone and everything else you live in and when you should plant.
Otherwise, the stuff ain't going to take if you plant it too soon.
Because when we lived in New York, we would be planting this in July already.
Yeah.
But now we're in Florida, it's always hot. You got to go so it gets cooler.
Yeah. All right, guys, so now we're going to go outside and show you guys our progress. And we always keep our spray handy because that's the spray that my husband showed you guys in the last video that we use on the leaves to keep the buggies away, right?
Yep.
Yep, that's what we keep the buggies away. So let's go check it out, guys. I cannot wait to show you guys how big the peach tree got and the plum tree got. I mean, it is huge now. So this video hopefully will give you guys some help on how to grow different trees and all different types of vegetables and stuff, because we've been gardening for quite a few years now, even when we lived in Indiana. But here in Florida, it's so much easier to grow everything because you got beautiful weather all the time. And it's a beautiful 80-degree day here. It's very hot. And today is May 1st, but we've been getting hot weather here since last month. So check out the plum tree, guys. Since our last video, if you saw it, it's been about 2 weeks since I've done that video. And look how big our little plum tree got. That's the same stake that we used to support it, that we used for our peach tree when we got it. And check out the peach tree. Look how big it got since the last video. Look how tall it got. Thing is huge. It's nice and full. So if you guys watched our last video, which was about 2 weeks ago, you can see the difference in how big it got since 2 weeks time. So things really taken off. And as you can see, none of the leaves have any holes in them because as I just showed you guys that spray, it keeps the bugs away. So none of these leaves have any holes in them from any bugs because we've been using that spray. So we swear by that spray. I mean, it is really working because this tree is nice and healthy with no bugs attacking it. And then I love that bush. That one I showed you guys in the previous video too. I love the little purple things on there. It just looks so beachy. And then there's that other plant that I showed you guys is doing really well. So let me show you guys how big our peppers have gotten since the last video. Which again, these peppers came from the seeds from that pepper that we just planted 2 years ago. This is our second year. Look at the size of that pepper already. And there's more peppers over there, and there's some peppers over here as well. Remember, this is from the seeds that we got out of that pepper from last year. So we didn't even use the seeds that we got from the store. We just used the seeds from the pepper itself. So it'll be a second year we're getting peppers from those plants. Pretty neat, right? So these are the veggie pods I was talking about that we're going to be transplanting. Those plants in that I just showed you in the kitchen. So these are the veggie pods we're going to be using. So we're going to transplant them in here, and then we hook up our hose to them So it waters, the water comes down onto the plants to water them that way, and then the water goes in the bottom here so they don't get water rot and they get just the amount of water that they need. So let me show you guys how our tomatoes are doing. Remember, these tomato plants were from last year, and we just kept them in here, and they just started growing their own tomatoes again for the second year all by themselves. Because when I did the one video, they looked really sad and sickening. But check it out. Gave us beautiful tomato there. Look at the size of it already. And then there's 2 more there. And then when I did this video 2 weeks ago, these tomatoes wasn't really giving us, they were giving us tomatoes, but they weren't that big yet. But look at the size they got. And then there's 3 more coming in here. And then here's one coming in on this one and another one there. So these are the same tomato plants from last year, and they're just growing tomatoes again. So we were blessed that they came back. Now I'm going to show you guys my orange tree, how well we're doing there. Remember, my husband has put in those food stakes into the ground to give them nutrients, and I think this is going to be the best year ever with this orange tree. Now this orange tree has been here forever. I mean, it was here when we bought the house, what, 9 years ago? And we always got oranges off of it. And last year I didn't get as many as I wanted to, but this year it's taken off because he gave us that nutrients in the food stake he put in the ground. Look at the size of them now. There are so many oranges on this thing. Look at the size of some of them. See that size there? Let me show you the real big ones. There's another big one right up there. The whole entire tree has so many of them. Look at them. Look at the size of them. So we're going to get beautiful oranges. And I got to tell you, the oranges that I take off them every year, they're the most juiciest oranges ever. I mean, there's tons and tons of juice in them. It's amazing. I mean, it blows store-bought oranges away. Look at the size of these things. Aren't they pretty? There's just so many. Oh, look at the size of that one right there. Let me see if I can zoom in on that one. Let me see. Where am I? My camera is horrible. Sorry about that. Here we go. Look at the size of that one compared to my finger. Look at that. It's huge. There's just so many of them. Oh, and by the way, that birdhouse right there, when I showed you guys in the last video, there actually was a mama bird in there, and I heard her baby birds chirping in there. So I finally got little baby birds in our birdhouse. Isn't that neat? So yeah, these oranges are taken off. Awesome. And then also, as you can see, it's empty again. I got to fill it up. Those squirrels have been eating up the food like crazy. I try to leave it for the birds, and we've been getting really nice birds, blue jays and cardinals, and the little baby birds that fit in that birdhouse there. So yeah, just gotta love nature. So I just wanted to give you guys an update on how everything's going. So as you can see, the orange tree is taking off. Our other trees are taking off over there, and our tomatoes are taking off as well. So when we transplant the stuff into our veggie pods, I'm going to do a video on that so we can show you guys how we do that. So hopefully you guys get good information out of our videos to help you guys on different growing tips for your garden or your fruit trees. So basically the fruit trees, we just used regular potting soil, and we just water them faithfully and give them nutrients that they need, and use that spray, because that spray helps your leaves stay nice and green with no bugs chewing at your leaves. So hopefully you guys enjoyed our video, and please look forward to our next video with the next update on our gardening adventure. All right, take care guys, have a great day.